Okay friends, today we're making these Day of the Dead sugar skulls. You're going to be using scratch paper and a scratch tool called a stylus. There's two sides to the scratch paper. There's a shiny side that will not scratch away, okay? It's kind of got a gloss to it, and then a matte side or a flat side that's not glossy. That's the side you want. You want the non-glossy side. If you go to carve and it's not working, it probably means you need to flip it over. It's on the wrong side. We're going to be using basic shapes and lines, and we're going to try to keep in mind symmetrical balance while we're drawing. Please keep in mind that this is not a pencil, so it will not erase. So if you make a mistake, just have fun and go with it. Just do your best. Do not try to erase with the bottom because you're just going to scratch paper away. There's two sides to this. There's a flat bottom side and a pointed side. What side do you think we're going to use? If you said the pointed side, you got it right. You're going to hold it like a pencil, and you want to angle it just like you would with a pencil. If you hold it straight up and down, it's a lot harder to control. First thing we're going to do is this shape right here, and that is an upside down heart. So you're going to draw, and you want to be slow, an upside down heart. Now you might notice these little pieces forming. Just gently wipe it away with your hand. Okay, the next step we're going to do is like the lip area. Okay, so it's going to be a curve that comes from the heart and goes all the way to the edge. So you're going to go from that heart right where it goes in to one that goes all the way to the edge. Okay, and then you're going to do another one over here. You want to try to keep it about the same. So again, it is symmetrical. Just do your best. Try to keep it so that it ends right at the same point. Perfect. Now we're going to start with the mouthpiece. You're going to come below this curve here, and you're going to do a vertical line. And then you're going to do another one on this end in about the same spot, and you want to keep it about the same length. You're going to draw a line that comes across and connects those. Alrighty, now I have here, this is I call it a 3 shape. If you need to twist your paper to draw this, you can do that. So it's basically a 3. It's a chin that comes in on each side. So you're going to do a bump that goes in the middle and then comes back out and meets to that corner. And just gently wipe it away. Okay, so now we're going to do the neck. So that's 2 vertical lines. Start them around the same part. That come all the way down to the bottom of the paper, and then you're going to do just a couple of horizontal lines for the spine. Perfect. Now we get to add some of the fun details, okay? We're going to do a line that goes from the top of the head all the way to the tip of that heart. You don't have to do the same line as me. I did kind of like a cool zigzag on my original. Any line you want. I think this one I'm going to do a wavy line. So it's going to come from the top and go all the way to the tip of that heart there. Great. Okay, so now we're going to think of some shapes for our eyes. But before we begin to do that, we're going to add the inside part of the eye. So I'm going to come over here. It's going to be about in this area, and I'm just going to do a little bit of a filled in circle. Now on this side, I want to try my best to pay attention to where this one should go, because it should be on this side. This is my line of symmetry that I just made. It should be about in the same spot. Okay, so I'm now going to do a shape around that, any shape you want. This one I started out with a triangle. Maybe here I'll do a circle. Now I want to make sure they're the same on both sides for symmetrical balance. So I'm going to go around this one. And now whatever I did here, same thing on this. You do not have to do a shape though. You can do the same shape as me. You can do a different shape if you want. Now I'm going to do, because I have a lot of extra room, another shape that goes around that one. So maybe, I don't know, something like a square. I did a heart in my original. If you're a little off, that's okay. Like I said, I'm just looking for you to do your best. All right, so as you can see, whatever I have on this side of this line is the same over here. Now I'm going to do some kind of pattern with shapes along the edge of this lip here. So, I don't know, maybe I want to do just like squares. And I'm going to do the same thing over here, because it has to be symmetrical. Okay, and then the cheeks, I'm going to do some kind of shape as well. Maybe, I don't know, in this one I'll do hearts. So I'm going to draw a heart in the cheekbone here. And then what do I have to do over here? You guessed it, a heart. If you want to do like we did with our eye and do another shape around that, you can, but I don't have a ton of room, so I'm going to leave it. Okay, so now I've gotten that done. I'm going to start to do some of the teeth. The teeth are kind of like a long U shape. They're just going to come along the top like this. Just a bunch of U's repeated. And then I'm going to do some that go in this direction down on this line. Okay, I'm going to think of a shape on this side of my chin, and then I'm going to repeat that over here. If you want to continue your line of symmetry, that's fine. So, I don't know, a circle here, and then maybe a circle over here. Okay, friends, so we have the shapes drawn in our Day of the Dead skull. I want you to do a very simple pattern in the background. Why I'm saying simple is because if you do too much pattern in the background, it takes away from the details of the skeleton. I've seen that happen many times where people focus too much down here and then it's the whole skeleton's competing with that background. So sometimes in art with certain things, you want to keep it simple. Here's what I'm looking for. Whatever you did over here, is it the same on this side? So I'm just going to keep it simple. I did zigzag lines. Maybe I'll do like loop-de-loops. And I'm just going to follow through and do the same thing on both sides. All right, friends, so I have my shapes. I got a little bit of my background done. Now I'm going to start to add some more details and patterns, like checkers I have in my flowers here. What do you think I need to remember to think about when I'm doing my details? Great, you want to keep it symmetrical. So you don't need to copy me, but I'm just going to go in and maybe do some polka dots in my heart for the cheekbones. Whatever I did on that side, I want to repeat that over here. Okay, I might add some more details around my hearts. So if I did, I don't know, some straight lines around here, I would want to make sure that I also did that on this side. Okay, I'm going to add just a couple of little circles in my nose too to kind of look like the opening of the nose. All right, now I can either fill in these squares because they're kind of small, or you can do a pattern in them. I think I'm just going to scratch some of them away. So if you're scratching away, it's kind of like with crayon. You outline the shape first, and then you fill it in. So you could certainly add a pattern in these if you wanted to, but I'm just going to kind of scratch them away. Now, if I scratched this side, I need to then go in and scratch this side too. Okay, so keep going in. You're going to go into your eyes, go into the shape of your eyes, do a pattern. Just make sure whatever you do over here, you repeat it over here. And you want to take your time to fill the space. If I drew really small shapes for my eyes and cheekbones, I might have a little extra work for the details.